We're out at the sunset viewing area outside Hay, and Fred's sitting down on one of the metal couches, but it's as cold as, it's about 10 degrees here. One of the flattest areas on earth here. You can hardly see, I'm probably going a bit fast, but you can hardly see out this way, you can hardly see a tree. There's a couple off in the distance, and that's about it. We came out to get some sunset shots. I'm not quite sure that it'll show up quite well. It's quite dark at the moment. It is quite spectacular.
Had to start somewhere, so we'll start with the park's telescope. The dish.
Pretty amazing.
We're still in parks looking at the dish now from a different perspective off in the distance. The cows, yeah, don't seem to like us. They've said, you know, I'm not taking a picture of me. Now comes the Western Plains Zoo, where we're at the giraffes at the moment. We've just been past the rhinos, meerkats, zebras. He's running at the back again.
Yeah, here he comes.
We're at the hippos now, and there's a little baby. It's only a couple of weeks old apparently, but in the background you might hear the gibbon monkeys.
Yeah. There's one over there sitting in a really funny position too.
Yeah.
Don't know if you can even see the baby elephant here. He's hiding behind his mum, but the little trunk just came out. I think they hide food in the log, and she's giving it to him. I think it's peanuts in the log, because the little one's even taking things out of it too. Yeah, he's walking around the other side. These are lion cubs, about 8 months old. Did open his eyes a minute ago, but not much action. Pretty cool here today. They're all just lying in the sun. Now he decides to sit up. Where are you? Here we are. You can hear the other animals off in the distance. Sitting up, paying a bit of attention. Ears are forward. There are other lions out the back that have been making a bit of noise, so you might be listening to those too. Oh, good shot. Thank you, lion. This is a camel and Barbary sheep exhibit. Some big hairy camels here. Further up the hill, another Barbary sheep, all having a lie down in the sun by the look of it. There's a little baby rhino, about 2 weeks old. They're both walking over this way now. Oh no, little one's hanging back round the rock. Oh, here he goes. Chasing after mum. Pretty active at the moment.
We're at an old homestead built back in the 1834.
1830s, yes, early 1800s.
Looking up at the sandstone stables here. I don't know if you can hear the bees in the tree overhead. Old church, but it's been shifted about 3 times, so it was brought here. It dates back to the 1800s as well. This is the old tree they used to kill the cattle on. There are some hooks on it where they used to use a pulley system to pull them up. There's one there. Wandering up past some of the old cattle yards now. Or holding yards maybe.
It's the old well.
It's a well.
Wooden bucket.
Oh jeez, look at the wooden bucket. There you go.
It's over 100 feet deep.
The well's 100 feet deep.
Yep.
Old machinery. The chap was saying they found it down, just left in the creek. Nice old bridge out here, Helen. An old bridge out this way. I imagine not the same time as the house though.
We're at Lightning Ridge on 4 Mile Fields at the moment. Everywhere you look there's just the little piles of supposedly opal-bearing rock. It's white sandstone from the local region. These are still all active mines. And I'll just pan around. It all looks very similar. And there's a purpose-built old iron church here. It was actually built for a movie that was filmed here. Really fits the scene. It's quite eerie. Just to the other side of it is a little toilet. Something really different in the scrub. Just a different view of the old church, the funny little toilet out the front of it. There's piles of corrugated iron, a few trees around it. Heaps more mully heaps. This is Stanley the emu outside Lightning Ridge. made up of satellite dishes, a couple of Volkswagens by one of the local artists. Pretty busy out here at the moment. And directly opposite here there's a free camp, toilets, just pan around, toilets up on the hill. A few vans in there at the moment. A couple of these were here yesterday when we came through too. Just a closer view of Stanley the emu.
Crack on this for a little bit and make it, give him a bit of shade, and we'll see how it sort of works. I said this is a bit dangerous itself here, and the bag bit.
I can't get over how soft it all is.
See, when I get to that, that's a bit of polythene in there, but there's not much I can do about it.
No.
I can all bog it up, it's no problem there. Like.
You've always got to work with nature, not against.
Yeah, exactly, that's right, especially with this stuff. Some of it's really nice to work with, like I say, this is sort of the bad part here, but
Yeah.
so I get not to get around it, so.
We're in an underground mine at the moment that's full of carvings. Absolutely incredible. Just turn around. This is only one tiny portion of it. There's over 700 carvings in here all up. This is the beer can house. I don't know if you can see properly, but it's actually made of beer cans just glued together with just concrete. And all the beer cans are being used. You can see all the ring pulls are off. Just looking for one of the doors back along one of the walls here. Quite fascinating how much work's gone into it. The different coloured glasses in different areas.
On the western down, by the tops of the river, Orange down. I think I'll just pull it up about here. There's a show. Are you in the mood for a show? Yes. Well, I like the sound of that. So I thought I might do in the limited time we have together is, rather than just put on a show, thought it might be more like show and tell. I'm going to try and open the door and let you have a bit of a look through, see what it might be like working in the rural industry, the pastoral sector. There may be some amongst us that have been doing this for even longer than I have. And there will be some amongst us that have absolutely no idea what the bloody hell we're doing out here. So where do we start? What's a stockman? A stockman is someone who applies stockmanship calmly and ethically. They work with their animals pretty well on a daily basis. That's simple, isn't it? But no, we still use a horse. Now, you know, everyone looks for something different in a horse, but some people, they want a really comfortable seat, some want this, some want that. I personally, for me, the most important thing for me in a horse is a horse that's going to cover some country, all right? Because it's a big place out here. I don't mind the first 6 hours of the day before lunchtime, but I don't want to be kicking my horse all afternoon. It makes it too long a day in the saddle when you've got to work like too hard. So I like a horse that likes to step out. As I say, it's a pretty broad acre country, this. So you want a horse that's going to be able to move along a bit. You don't want to kick him all day. You know, mate, move on. Stand up, stand up. Stand up. You should stand up while I'm saddling him up too. Stand up, stand up. It's also good if your horse stands still where you're getting up. What are you doing? Most remote stock routes in the whole world. The Canning stock route in Western Australia is over 1,500 kilometres long. There's nothing like that anywhere else in the world. It runs from Halls Creek up the Kimberleys, down to Mildura in the mid-southwest. We are estranged. Now I'm a teller of stories. I'm a singer of songs. I'm out in amateur and I paint with ghostly guns. And I'm Clancy on his horse. With Beck hadn't lost it. I met Kelly on the run. I'm the one who lost Matilda. I'm Australian. I'm the hot wind from the desert, the black soil from the plains, and the onions and the gullies and the drought and the flooding rain. I haven't had border collies before. I've sort of done all the work probably from the New South Wales border through to the Gulf. Now he's 2.5 now, but when I got him, quickly over here, mate. When I got him, he was only 6 weeks old and he was just like a big ball of fur. And I got him sitting on the floor. I got a friend of mine, Bruce Spence, come over, and I said, hey Bruce, I've got something I want to show you. I said, hey, have a look at that. And he went, oh Christ, what's that? I said, it's a dog. It's not, it was a possum. No, I said, it's a dog. He said, what? He said, what sort of dog is it? I said, it's a battle easy, we've already lost a horse. Hey, come here. I thought, what's that? You got it? He said, what sort of dog is it? I said, it's a border collie. He said, a border collie? What's with the border collie horse? He says, you've always been a Kelpie man, you've had success with them, strings with them. I said, well, you know, I've moved up into Lyme, so I thought I'd have a crack at a border. Well, it's happening after when we hit the road. We got a capture on the tail and a filled road. Got another 500 gallons of juice. The wagon man, what's up, mate? Sing a pound in town. You act like fools the way you're not speaking when we're looking at that. Stuck in the wheel and capture on a road. I'm up here being born and flying on. You're outside and taking the wheel on gone to stay. The night is cool, but it's alright. That's in the boat. You're always in that devil. The coast of Wisconsin is drive 4 miles. Georgia, beagles and crocodiles with a bumpy drum and a broken plate by the billabong and the break. I just thought of something. I wanted to say this is not a bad place to stop. Sometimes I can hold me. Now I'll be trying as hard as I can not to nick and cut the sheep. Obviously there's 200 people looking at me with bloody iPhones out. But what do you reckon's happening 100 miles down the road where no one's looking? Do you think they care? Absolutely they care. Big time, I'll tell you why. The object of this exercise is to end up with the sheep over there, and the wool over here, and we don't want too much wool left on the sheep. Otherwise it'll just walk back out on the paddock and you can't sell it. And you don't want too much sheep left on the wool. It'll devalue the fleece and it knocks the hell out of your sheep. Trust me, the grazier will know because they'll be backlining and possibly paint branding every single sheep individually. And if there's too many little nicks and cuts, they'll go up into that shearing shed, call the contractor over and say, see that bloke on number 2? He's knocking my sheep around too much. I think we'll call that bloke Sean. Oh. Now I just hope you all get a chance to go see some.
We're at Skull Hole on the jump up area. Where we're standing is right just a clay pan and it just drops down into a gorge that's here. Must have been forming over a long time. Spread down there. This is where the little creek comes in off the ranges and starts the whole erosion process. across the way down into quite a deep little gully with full-grown gum trees outside.
We're in the national park outside Winton, and here's a camping area. Unfortunately, it's quite a way in from the road, and there's a lovely little creek at the back, but there's no water in it. There's a toilet over there. Plenty of rooms to park vans. There's only one van in here that we can see at the moment. There's little areas with a fire pit, and barbecues on each one. So quite a nice little spot, but you need to spend a few days here if you're going to just chill out for a few days.
These trees are all on watercourses. They're just starting to come out and flower, absolutely covered in flower. They're quite large trees. There's fruit on the other side. We're on the just come out of the Bladenberg National Park. Surprise Creek we've crossed. No water. It's a good creek cross national park still. This is the old yards and the shearing shed. A bit rugged out here in the old days, I'd imagine. Travelling between Cloncurry and Mount Isa, who camped overnight in a beautiful little, it's a free camping area with about 1 million other people. The rocky escarpments on either side here are really interesting. It's red ore, but we're getting out now into the milder rock, the less severe outcrops and that sort of thing. I'll do a bit further up if we get into some more rocky country. Road, but even though it's dry, it's quite scenic right through this area. Lots of wildlife. There was lots of kangaroos and birds around where we were last night, and also all the cattle came in just on dark. See by the DVD, the roads are reasonable, but they're not that even, so sometimes you've got a bit of a dip. We've just come into the NT, just past the NT border. Oops, there goes a caravan. Flat as, and this is the Barclay Tableland, so this goes for about 350 kilometres. We'll probably go to Barclay Homestead tonight, but that's about halfway across. Looks like this for ages, and the road's deteriorated since we left Queensland. We're coming down off the top of the Barclay Tablelands. Probably 100 k's from Barclay Homestead here on a high ridge. We've had fires burning for probably about 100 k's on either side. Not burning at the moment, burned really recently. We're just checking what we're going to camp. Probably in another 50 k's up here. Hopefully it'll be a nice spot. We're at the Devil's Marbles. We're at the Devil's Marbles, just having a look around the end of the camping area. Still middle of the afternoon, so I've got plenty of time yet. taking some photos. And here's Fred down here taking some photos.
Sunset at the Devil's Marbles.
Oh, that looks really good.
Just you've got to be careful. Sunrise at the Devil's Marbles.
Driving out of Tennant Creek. It's quite interesting around here. It's really steep little hills or rock. It's why it was here in the first place, I guess. It's a mining area. After this you go out onto the flat plains again.
Barramundi versus Total. Barramundi versus Total.
There you go. So Barramundi are all born male. There's 3 things that are required for them to turn female. They need to be at least 3 years old. You see his scales? You see how we talk with him? He's got scales and lines. So Barramundi, they don't have any teeth. So if they do...
We're at Bitter Springs in Ellerslie National Park. Really changed since the last time we've been here. Much larger waterhole now. We've come down early in the morning, but there's still quite a few people.
presently at the Darwin Military Museum, and it's a 9.5-inch gun here.
We're still at the Military Museum in Darwin, just having a swing around. There's some beautiful big trees here. Fred's having a sit down under one of the banyans. All sorts of exhibits now. It's changed a heap. No way out there. Well treed. We're at Howard Springs, just checking out the old swimming hole and barra hole. Still a lot of fish around. Beautiful day. And the water's as clear as. We're at Florence Falls at the top of the wall, having a look. There's not a lot of water coming over at the moment, but it looks beautiful. A little bit in the shade. We're standing on the bridge crossing over to the to Florence Falls swimming hole, just looking downstream towards where the four-wheel drive camp area is. Down at the bottom at Gourley's, not Gourley's, Florence. Just walking the Sandy Creek track, pretty little creek all the way around. Lots of palms, tropical trees.
You're in Litchfield?
Yeah, we're in Litchfield. It's just standing up there. Palms, ferns, you name it, it's all here. We're at Bully Rock Hole. This is just where the water comes over from the very top. I'll swing around. Get Fred in the picture. Still in Litchfield Park, just off the side of the road, these different coloured termite mounds. Probably 3 to 4 metres tall. There goes Fred. Just a group of them. And the sand palms around here are starting to flower. They've been burned out obviously earlier in the dry season. We're at the Burt Cultural Centre, just having a look around the gardens. Fantastic ideas. There's some beautiful rockwork around here. The plantings are very much similar to what we could have. And all the rocks are mostly granite and mostly carved. We're on the Darling River out of Perth on the Jandra.
First paddle boat come up this way in 1859. Of course, they never went back downstream. They've been built on the wall of the cheap back there. They loaded up all that stuff, cleaned up.
This is the old Burke Bridge. It's going to be used as a walkway, not demolished. There's a new bridge gone up higher than this now.
There to be railed into Melbourne or hauled into South Australia. Railed. From there that wall was sent off to the river line. When you have the big river flowing to the upstream. So these bit of vertical catchment area, moving to the northern section of the large garden.
In this shot you can see the new bridge sitting in behind the old bridge. It's not much higher, but it spans a lot wider out on the floodplains. It's a working windmill. You've got stock troughs underneath.
Here we are, second last day of our holidays, and I'm doing a video for a change. This is where we're camped. We're here for 2 nights. Been here for a night up in the camping area with the power, but decided to come down here for a couple of nights and then we'll head home. Just thought I'd see if the video would work tonight. Sun's set, and just sort of show you around at night. There's a car over the other side of the billabong where we are, and the moon is out here. Really show up. No. This is our last night. We're heading back now to Mildura tomorrow, so it'll probably be a big day, and we'll get back home. Been a great holiday. It's around the camp where we're spending our last night in Wilcannia. Been goats wander into camp today, sheep. Full 360 there. Back to Helen and the fire, and a car over the other side of the billabong.